Some platinums take serious work. However, there are a few corners you can cut out along the way if you want to up your trophy count. Handily, some games are really short and far from challenging, so if you want to boost your collection of silverware, here's 10 platinum awards you can unlock in just 10 hours. 1. 36 Fragments of Midnight. There are many questions you'll ask yourself while playing 36 Fragments of Midnight. Who are those hairy creatures you're helping? Why is there a timed challenge when each level is randomly generated? Is that really the entire game? Mercifully, you don't have long to ponder these thoughts, as you can blitz through this basic platformer in around half an hour. You play as Midnight, a small white square who must collect, yep, you guessed it, 36 fragments, at the behest of some slightly sinister looking furballs. Most of the 12 trophies on offer here involve dying, so you'll need to meet your demise at least once on each of the spikes, saws, and laser traps punctuating the levels. You'll also need to die while carrying 1, 35, and 36 fragments in your possession to get the platinum, which is a somewhat frustrating requirement. However, the only trophy that offers much of a challenge is for collecting all 36 fragments and returning to the start in under 6 minutes, though once you've got the hang of the double jump, it shouldn't be too problematic. 2. Burly Men at Sea. There's much to love about Burly Men at Sea. Acting as the storyteller, you guide 3 bearded, husky fishermen through a series of encounters spanning Scandinavian folklore, in what is essentially a choose-your-own-adventure-esque branching narrative, which ends where it all begins to run on a constant looping journey. After exploring your home village and setting sail, you'll soon find your ship being swallowed by a whale in classic folklore style. Here you have 3 choices: strap on some barrels and jump in the sea, don't strap on some barrels and jump in the sea, or just hang out in the whale's belly with ghostly girls you meet there. Each decision leads to 2 more binary choices, resulting in a total of 12 different outcomes. If you're economical, you can collect them all, and the 25 trophies, in a couple of hours and grab your second plat. 3. Don't Knock Twice. Loosely based on the film of the same name, Don't Knock Twice is a first-person horror adventure in which you try and protect your daughter from the demonic witch who has taken over your house and is trying to steal her away. Although the game is compatible with PlayStation VR, you can just play it normally. There are a number of collectibles to look out for, including diary pages, family photos, and various other bits and bobs, and you'll need to find all of them on a single playthrough for one of the trophies. There are also a set of Russian dolls to destroy, as well as a couple of items that must be set on fire. Finally, you need to complete both endings of the game, but with some save manipulation, you can do one after the other. But even if you want to do 2 playthroughs, it shouldn't take you more than an hour for Platinum number 3. 4. Her Majesty's Spiffing. The Empire Staggers Back. If you like British stereotypes and lots of jokes about Brexit, and who doesn't, then this is the point-and-click adventure for you. To grab all the trophies in one playthrough, you'll need some manual saving to complete certain challenges in more than one way. For example, there's a hatch that Captain English is too portly to fit through, and you'll need to alternatively lubricate it with washing up liquid to squeeze through, and hop on a treadmill to shed a few pounds. Once you've landed on the planet and defeated the French colonists already there by throwing a frog and then cheese at them, yes, really, you can raise the Union Jack and celebrate another platinum, all of which should take you around an hour. 5. The Little Acre. Set in Ireland in the 50s, this story revolves around Aidan, who must look after his daughter Lily while investigating the vanishing of his inventor father. This leads them to being teleported to a strange world where they have to solve the mystery disappearance and find their way back home. Unlike most of the other games on this list, this one actively encourages you to speedrun, as there's a trophy for finishing it in under an hour. Pausing the game stops the clock, making it easy to follow a walkthrough, and you'll need one, as there are a number of obscure actions to complete along the way. There are also some challenges you need to get right first time, so be ready to use manual saves so you can have another go if you mess them up. Beat the story without using any in-game hints, then ask for a solution on your second playthrough, and you'll be wrapped up in under an hour with Platinum number 5. Halfway there, and only 4.5 hours left.
Strange lights?
6. Mr. Massagy. Have you ever wanted to go on a date with a werewolf? How about a cow? A jar of mayo? Well, now you can. as you guide Johnny through a dating app to encounter a whole host of quirky characters. Pick the right conversation options to subtly impress your paramour, and your pad will vibrate rhythmically so you can reward yourself with a Massagy from them. I'm assured this game is a parody. The main priority is getting a 3-star rating and a Massagy from each date. You also need to rack up 5 2-star dates and fail 20 of them. In addition, there are a couple of date-specific challenges, such as being eaten by the werewolf and tapping the jar of Mayo 10 times. More on that coming up next. But with a walkthrough, you can breeze through this whole thing in a mere 30 minutes for Platinum number 6. 7. My Name is Mayo. To play My Name is Mayo, the previous game from the studio who made Mr. Massagy, you use a disembodied finger to tap a jar of Mayo. That's it. Well, sort of. As you rack up the taps, you'll unlock various costumes to dress your jar of Mayo in. Seriously. Pop on an outfit and continue tapping to receive more of them, which will gradually tell one of 4 stories as you keep poking away. You can speed up your progress by tapping both the DualShock 4 touchpad and the X button simultaneously. And by doing this, you should take less than an hour to reach the RSI-inducing 10,000 taps total to reach the final reward. 10,000 total taps for the final reward and Platinum number 7. 8 and 9. The World of Nubla. Nubla is an educational project that turns works of art into puzzles as part of a 2D platform adventure. Planned as part of a series, Nubla was originally released in 2015, then re-released as World of Nubla in 2016, which is essentially the same game with a demo of the next chapter bolted on. This means you can follow the same route for both games, and pick up 2 Platinum trophies in the process. To get started, make sure you select the green-haired character at the beginning, as their teleporting ability is needed to grab all of the collectibles. The artwork puzzles are pretty basic, so shouldn't cause any problems, and although there are only 10 items to find, they're all invisible until you walk over to them, so unless you want to search everywhere, it's best to follow a walkthrough. Armed with that information, you should be able to whiz through both games in 2 hours, getting you Platinum number 8 and 9. 10. Suicide Guy. Video games have conditioned us to prioritise keeping playable characters alive, but Suicide Guy flips this core concept on its head. The opening sees our chubby hero falling asleep while drinking in front of the television, at which point his bottle of beer starts falling from his hand. Trapped in his dreams, he needs to wake up and rescue his plummeting alcohol, but can only escape his slumber by killing himself over and over again. For some reason. And there are 24 levels in which you need to solve puzzles to meet your demise. The less than perfect controls make some of the platforming and action puzzles trickier than they should be, but with a guide to get through them and to find all the collectible statues along the way, it won't take more than an hour to get your 10th Platinum within the 10-hour window. So there you have it, 10 Platinums in 10 hours. Let us know if you know of any more easy Platinums in the comments below. Click the boxes on the left for more content from us, and don't forget to hit that big button in the middle for more gaming news, reviews, previews and features right here on Games Radar Plus.